All right, who are we talking to?
Hey, you're talking to Toneluva.
Now, tell us about your radio show and pre-party radio.
Oh, Thursday nights we've got a web-based show. We stream audio globally, and it's called Harlem Soul Sessions. Uh, Harlem Soul Sessions really represents my experience with music growing up in Spanish Harlem. The music has all flavors. It has Latin, African, gospel, soul, R&B, boogie, house, Brazilian. It has all the elements like in a stew. And I programmed the sets sort of like how it was traditionally done back in the day, where you start off kind of the lower BPM register, and then you move up, and the excitement level moves up, you know, and then hopefully we get to a fever pitch, and at some point we take a left or right hand turn, and the music can go anywhere. But um, Harlem Soul Session to me is Tony Ronaldo, and I'm talking about myself in the third person, experience with growing up in East Harlem and listening to the music in the streets, the vibe, the asphalt jungle, the rhythms, um, what I grew up with, Hector Lavoe, Ray Barretto, Mongo Santa Maria, Gil Scott Heron, James Brown, Aretha Franklin, Stevie Wonder, you know, those are the ones that gave me the musical hit, the musical euphoria we talked about. Um, that's my identity, that's what I grew up with. Um, that's the soul that I come from, that genre of late 60s, early 70s. Um, I love that. That when I do Harlem Soul Sessions, that's what I identify with. The Philly sound, the South Soul Orchestra, you know, those elements combined, really paint the landscape of my musical history. And I try my best to live those out in my sets, right? And so it's sort of like a mapping of, you know, where we came from and where we're going, you know. So I do, at some point in the set, move it to the modern day sounds, you know. Everyone, Jihad Muhammad, Joe Clausell, Monique Bingham, you know, all the artists today that, are really, prominent on the house scene, I give shine to because, it's about going, knowing where you came from and knowing where you're going. It's important for me to distinguish that, right? And I think, with music, we've traveled a long way, but I think there's more. There's more talent, there's more expression, and this thing could be endless. Look, I'm pushing a half century mark, and I've been on this scene, since 15, right? So I've seen the evolvement of many genres, but we got to stay true to the soul. I think that's important, and that's where my heart is, So, in a nutshell, I got long-winded, but Harlem Soul Sessions really represents, you know, the whole, um, the whole bag, right? It's soul, jazz, funk, Latin, rap, R&B, boogie, electro, house. It's all of it.